my goodness. I forgot for a second that I am not Mariah Carey and I cannot hold a tune to save my life. Good evening, Lagos. Good evening, Nigeria. Good evening, world. Good evening to you. I mean, from this side, wherever you're listening to or watching me from. Yep, this is the number one station that gives you a voice. Of course, you know it's Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. The voice that you hear right now belongs to Chioma Innocent, and I'm your host. This show is called The Recap, and it comes to you every Saturday from the hours of 4 until 6 p.m. 2 all hours of educating, informative, and grassroots content. I have missed you. Of course, I wasn't here last week, but from all indications, Kayla Abraham did a wonderful job, but I've come back to take my spot and I'm so glad to be here. How are you? I hope you had a great week and I hope you're unwinding this weekend. It's time for us to take you on a ride, on a journey of those topics, of course, in the political space that made major headlines during the week. I do have my analyst in the studios sitting right across from me, gathering his, putting his thoughts together, and very soon I will be introducing him to you, but rest assured, you already know who it is. As we'll do usually, I want to take you through a brief rundown of the issues which we'll be discussing today, and when I do that, then we'll just take a short break and we'll return and delve right into the cocoa of the matter. My name is Chioma Innocent. Welcome to the recap right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Petrol. Nigeria's economy seems to thrive on oil, right? And amid all of the scarcity and the queues we've seen this week and the past week, actually, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, that's INEC, is saying that there is actually availability of petrol despite the scarcity and, of course, the hike in the price of the product. He said this on Thursday while he was talking to journalists at the presidential villa. This was after meeting with the Vice President, Kashim Shettima. Now, what I don't understand is, if there's the availability of product, why are we still experiencing scarcity? It's one thing to buy petrol at such a high price. It's another thing to have to queue for hours and not be able to attend to your work while you're at it. Then it's another thing to just not even, after spending so much time on the queue, you can't even buy these things. We can say that there's scarcity, but you're telling us that there's availability of products. So where is the product? Where is the product? Moving on to topic 2, we are proposing a law to increase VAT, that is value added tax, to 10%. Presidential Tax Committee. This is where I should have played the soundbite. Kilo de Chef Ekpamini. What is the problem? Why are you proposing this as an economist, and you'll be letting us know if this is a good decision? Although I'm not as a personality or as the presenter of this show right now, as one of the Nigerian masses, I don't see how you increasing VAT to 10% is helping my life if the minimum wage can only buy about 70 liters or less of petrol. Moving on, it seems that NLC is reminiscing. They're reminiscing about the good times, and the NLC has come out to say that Jonathan and Buhari's administration were better. It was better. That they don't understand what they are seeing now. It seems like this one is renewed shaggy. I'll be waiting they happen. They've come out to remind Nigerians. Do you remember how much you were buying petrol during Jonathan's administration? Do you remember how much you were buying petrol? Do you remember how much it was? $1 to the naira in Buhari's administration. We don't know what is happening now. Anyway, the NLC spokesperson Benson Upa said this to journalists on Friday, and he was really lamenting that what Nigerians are seeing under Tinubu is not what they expected. Well, I will also be looking at 98 checkpoints exist in the southeast and extortion is common. This is according to the Igbo National Council. They're lamenting and saying there is 98 security checkpoints in the 5 states of the southeast region. Is lamenting what it described as incessant harassment, extortion from citizens and motorists by security personnel who are manning these checkpoints. They are questioning, why do we have 98, almost 100 checkpoints in 5 states? Most of them manned by the police, manned by military men. And one question I would ask is, we still have cases of unknown gunmen Even with all of these checkpoints, if it's really up to 98, we still have cases of unknown gunmen who kill people and they get away with it. So what really is the use? What's the advantage of having this much checkpoints in the 5 states of the East? If people are committing crimes and getting away with it, is it solely for extortion of the people, of the citizens, of marketmen and women who are going on their own, of motorists who are applying these highways, of people who are traveling from one state to another? So many questions to be answered. So many questions to be answered. I did tell you we have quite the package for you today. The PDP has accused the Tinubu-led government of fueling its internal conflict. It said, leave our party alone. You know what? No comment yet. When we get to this topic, when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. And finally, so that I can introduce my analyst, because I'm sure he has a lot to say. INEC is saying election losers are harassing our staff on social media. It said the INEC has expressed concern over what they called a growing number of social media attacks on its officials by individuals who were dissatisfied with election outcomes in both 2023 elections. And INEC is just saying it's not happy about it. This was disclosed by the Chief Press Secretary to INEC Chairman Rotimi Oyekami. He's saying, Edo and Ondo state governorship elections are coming up and we are worried by the spate of attacks on our members, our workers on social media, and this is coming from the camp of people who they called election losers. Anyway, we'll be looking at this. Of course, myself, Chema Innocent, and VOP 90.3 FM does not support violence in any form, but what could be the causes? Anyway, it's a full package today, and of course, I have sitting right across from me, Mr. Peter Anosike. You know him, some of you love him, and for some of you, you just don't like him at all, but he would always say one thing: I don't care. But that's not the point. Mr. Peter Anosike is an acclaimed author. He's a journalist and he's also a political, social and national affairs analyst. He's the author of the book Dangote's 10 Commandments on Money. Now, this book was rated as one of the best development books in the world by none other than the prestigious Wall Street Journal. Here in Nigeria, it was adopted as a workbook for grooming small and medium-scale entrepreneurs by the Small and Medium-Scale Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN. With such a portfolio, with such a repertoire, you know that when he comes here to speak, he knows what he's talking about. So, happy weekend, and it's great to see you again, Mr. Peter Anosike.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too. So there is availability of products, says Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Henneke Lokobiri. The question is, why do Nigerians have to suffer if there's availability of products? Before we get into the analysis segment, you and I need to cement our agreement as usual. All right. So even as the analyst on this show, I'm going to implore you to keep it polite, keep it civil, and do not use any words you know will not just go well, and don't use unprintable words. Don't use words that you know would not like to be associated with the station. Do you agree with me?
I'm here defending the suffering masses of Nigeria,
and that is a commendable thing. But while you're doing that, do not use words that should not be used. That's all I need you to agree to. Is that okay?
I'm here defending the suffering masses of Nigeria.
I just need you to say yes or no. Don't use abusive words. That's all I'm asking. So you won't, right?
I'll do my best.
You are being diplomatic, but no problem. Just don't use words you're not supposed to use. But then let's talk about this. Many Nigerians have had to trek to their destinations. The transportation is at an all-time high. For many destinations, it's increased by 100%. People are trekking. From what they know, petrol is scarce. The NMDPRA has said, don't sell to people in kegs. So now people are looking for fuel to fuel their generators. If you don't have a car, how do you get fuel? In all of this suffering, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Henneke Lokobiri, is coming to say that there's actually availability of products. If there is availability of products, then where is the product? Bring it out so that even if people have to buy it at a high price, they won't have to be queuing for it like this.
The people shouldn't buy it at a high price, because this is one of God's gifts to Nigeria. We shouldn't be buying what God gave to us at exorbitant prices. But that shows you who you have as a minister. Somebody who is telling you that petrol products are available and still it is scarce. How can you reconcile these two issues, availability and scarcity? That shows you that they don't have integrity. That shows you that they are not transparent. But that is not even the main thing. In business, we talk of two things. Availability goes with affordability. If fuel is available, it has to be made affordable. Because if it's available but not affordable, then it doesn't make any sense. So the fuel must be available, one, and affordable for the Nigerian masses. Nigerian masses shouldn't be breaking their head to buy fuel. That's why I strongly feel that the Tinubu administration must revert back to the old rate. They must revert back to the old rate. Availability is not the main problem here. We are talking of affordability. The fuel must be made affordable to Nigerians because they are paying their taxes. They are paying their rates. With this petroleum product selling at 1,000 naira and more, it has made nonsense of the so-called minimum wage. It has reduced the minimum wage from 70,000 naira to less than 40,000 naira, which means in the real sense of it, there's no increment in the minimum wage of Nigerian
if people
workers.
still have to spend it on transportation and other things.
On petrol, so which means there's no increment. So these guys should stop deceiving the people, because this is just giving you something with the right hand and connecting it back with the left hand. You are still left where you are. So Tinubu's government must, capital letter, must remove this increment and make petroleum products affordable. I'm not talking of available now, affordable to the Nigerian masses.
You said, you've just said that you would prefer that it is made affordable and it's not just about the availability, right? But even with the stock we have right now, if they're saying, oh, there's availability of petrol, but people are not seeing it, don't you think Nigerians are more concerned with now even getting the product for whatever price in order to be able to power their enterprises?
This is not good that we don't have enough in Nigeria. This is crude oil that we have at our backyard. So Nigerians must not be buying it at all costs. That's why people voted for some people in positions of authority. What we are having now is a tragedy of wrong people in governance. That is what is happening at this point in time. That's why somebody will be telling you that the most important thing is that fuel is available. He doesn't care whether it is affordable. But I say it shouldn't be that way. It should be made affordable to Nigerians, because it is one of their entitlements. It is one of their entitlements. It is what God deposited at their backyard. People who has no petroleum products shouldn't be buying petrol cheaper than us. That's my argument here.
All right. While we are talking about the affordability of petrol, which powers most of our economy, we're also looking at the issue of the chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee, Taiwo Oyedele, saying they're proposing a law to increase value-added tax to 10%. Now, he's saying that of course, this is being proposed to the National Assembly. He stated this during an interview this week. He said the committee is working to consolidate multiple taxes in Nigeria to ensure tax reduction. How do you, in one breath, say you want to increase VAT to 10% and you're also working to consolidate multiple taxes to ensure tax reduction?
That's why I keep on saying that people shouldn't be confusing education with intelligence. Because what Oyewonde said, what Oyedele said, what what the Minister of State for Petroleum said.
That's Henneken Lokobe.
Shows people who has education but lack intelligence. It shows people who has education but grossly lack intelligence. When somebody is talking that there's availability of fuel, somebody is talking about increasing VAT and consolidating on all taxes. These two things doesn't go together. That's why I said that somebody can have a PhD but still be an idiot. Because
it's words like that I actually have an issue with you using, because you've said before.
I didn't mention anybody.
I know.
I said that somebody can have a PhD and be an idiot. We have lots of them in government in this country.
If you make that more subtle, it would actually be better, because when you say, oh, you can have an education but lack intelligence, that's more subtle, don't you think? But that's not the crux of the conversation now.
I'm still saying that how they are contradicting themselves. Understand me? This one said that there's availability of fuel,
but Nigerians are experiencing scarcity.
Why there are queues in all the filling stations? How can you reconcile these two issues?
So I stumbled into a conversation on social media which was alleging that when Nigerian government officials they're not saying this to the Nigerian people, because what Nigerians are experiencing is the opposite of what they are saying, but they're saying it so that when foreigners see our news, they think that things are not all that bad in Nigeria. Is that something that you concur to?
Well, social media is exposing them. Social media is messing them up. They have the traditional media in their pockets, but thank God for social media that will keep on exposing them. So the issue is this: when you increase VAT that to 10% from 7.5, understand me, you are also increasing the rate of inflation, increasing prices of things in the market. Because you are adding to the cost of everything that is coming to the country, any business that is being made in the country. Why? This is a country that just from August 1 to August 10, protested over hardship. This is a country that between August 1 and August 10 protested over hardship. Instead of addressing the issue, they are still increasing the hardship. That shows you the kind of government that people have in this country. He said that it is a proposal for the National Assembly. Then, if National Assembly accepts this, then they will be biting more than they can chew.
If the National Assembly accepts to increase VAT up to 10%.
Up to 10%, they should know that they are biting more than they can chew.
For those who do not understand, what is VAT and does it apply to every commodity in the market? Does it apply to everything? What does it really apply to, and how would it affect the life of the average Nigerian if VAT is increased to 10%?
VAT applies to everything in the market. If you go to import, when you pay VAT, and whatever you are paying that you are buying in this country, directly or indirectly, you are paying VAT. Directly or indirectly, you are paying. So VAT cuts across whatever you are buying in this country, whatever you are selling in this country. So it is going to increase the cost of everything in this country.
So that the wholesaler or the seller can make their profit that they've paid on that VAT at whatever point.
Sure, because when you pay VAT to government, you have to find a way of recouping your money, and the only way to do it is to pass it to the end users. That is the only way.
All right, then. You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Choma Innocent. The voice you've been hearing belongs to Mr. Peter Anosike. We're now moving into topic 3. We're moving fast because of our time. Remember that at the 5 p.m. mark, the phone line will be open. The phone lines will be open so that we can get to hear from you. We can get to hear your suggestions, your opinions, your ideas on everything which we are discussing today. Don't forget that we're streaming live on YouTube at VOP 903 FM. Just head on over to YouTube, type into your search bar VOP 903 FM. Before we go into topic 3, I want to just digress a little. This isn't exactly part of the topics which we will be discussing today.
By Bayo Ononoga. Because
that's a hefty one.
Because they saw him as a stranger in this present Lagos State stroke federal government politics.
As a stranger, he's been there since
no.
time.
He's a stranger. He's in Tinubu's government. Ononuga is a stranger. I mean, Ajuri Ngelale is a stranger.
Is that because he's not been working with him before now?
He's not part of the Lagos boys that was transferred to the federal capital territory. So he is a stranger. And remember when he issued a statement, and Ononuga has to counter it. Understand? So there have been infighting between them, between the media team
of the president.
That's why they are countering each other. At the end of the day, this guy was frustrated out. That's the truth. There's nothing like a health issue in any nuclear family. Even the common sense is, if you are working in the presidency and you have a health problem, you are better positioned for the government to take care of your bill. You are better positioned to use the Aso Rock hospital. Then why should you resign? Because for you to be treating yourself from your own pocket, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, then, because of our time, let's move forward on the topics which we'll be discussing today. And this is topic number 3. The NLC has come out to say Jonathan and Buhari's administrations were better. And this is not what they were expecting from the Tinubu administration. Now, this was said by NLC spokesperson Benson Upa. In fact, he praised former President Muhammadu Buhari for accommodating the labor and also making efforts to ensure stability and good living conditions for Nigerians. He condemned the removal of fuel subsidy by this administration. He said the president failed to consider the devastating consequences the policy will have on ordinary Nigerians. He also drew what we'll call a contrast between the economic policies and indices of the Jonathan administration and the current government. He also said the alarming depreciation of the naira, the soaring interest rate, and skyrocketing debt in the country, all of this has made the economy not friendly to the average Nigerian. Some critics will say that all of their concerns are valid, but why does it seem that when we go from one administration to the other, people always miss the previous president? The
issue is, he said that Buhari accommodated them, but it's just Buhari was in coma for 8 years.
So who was accommodating labor? Like they said, they were accommodated.
Somebody in coma doesn't know what is happening.
But when you say coma, what do you mean? Because at least the president was alive and well. The former president was alive and well until he left.
In a state of inactivity. For 8 years. He never had that mental presence to do anything. That was why NLC felt that they were accommodated. No, Buhari did not have any mental presence to check what is going on now. If you doubt me, tell Buhari that to write his experience in office for 8 years. He cannot, because he cannot give a true account of what happened. That is why when he was leaving, he said, "Let nobody call me." That was what Buhari said. Let nobody call him. Presidents leave office and write about their experiences in office. Jonathan has done a bit of it. Let Buhari do his own. So he was in a state of inactivity for 8 years. That is why NLC felt that he accommodated them. But the truth is that in 2015, Jonathan made a very important pronouncement. He said, the choice before Nigerians in the coming election is simple. A choice between going forward or going backwards. A choice between the new ways and the old ways. A choice between freedom and repression. A choice between a record of visible achievement and beneficial reforms. And desperate power seekers with empty promises. This is a statement on the marble by Goodluck Jonathan. So check what he said and what is happening now. I want to go back to this. Before the 2015 presidential election, Jonathan said the choice before Nigerians in the coming election is simple. A choice between going forward or going backwards. A choice between the new ways and the old ways. A choice between freedom and repression. A choice between a record of visible achievement, beneficial reforms, or desperate power seekers with empty promises. So if this is when they were writing the Bible, I know that they will have put this statement in the Bible because what he said came true. What he said came true. A choice between going forward or going backwards. Nigerians were deceived into going backwards. A choice between the new ways and the old ways. Nigerians were deceived into going to the old ways. A choice between freedom and repression. How many journalists have been arrested under Tinubu at this point in time? A choice between a visible achievement, beneficial reforms, and desperate power seekers with empty promises. So what we have now is desperate power seekers with empty promises. They say renewed hope. Are you having that hope now? Are Nigerians having? So what we have is desperate power seekers with empty promises, and that's exactly what Jonathan foresaw.
You've always said that hope is not that there is a way you put it.
Hope is never a strategy.
You say hope is not a strategy,
it's
right?
Never a strategy.
But when you say renewed hope, the Nigerians even have the hope before you now even come and try to renew it. And when you say Nigerians were deceived, by whom? Many people swore on so many things that they knew Buhari was the change that Nigeria needed based on whatever precedent. But then the precedent that was set.
That's why I said that they were deceived into believing that Buhari is the messiah that they are looking for.
Okay, because he said change.
No, not even change. They were made to believe that Buhari would right the wrong of Jonathan. Understand me? But today, the cure that they were looking for is now even worse than the disease. The cure that Nigerians were looking for in 2015 is now worse than the disease. So what Jonathan said, a choice between visible achievement and desperate, that's a political office seekers, is what is happening now. People say that power is not served, that's undercutter, that you have to grab it, take it and run. So they have grabbed it, take it and run. Where are the other Nigerians at this.
On the program, moving forward, it's about 27 minutes before 5 p.m. At the 5 p.m. mark, the phone lines will be open so that we can get to hear from you, your thoughts, your ideas, your suggestions on everything which we are discussing this evening. Moving on to topic number 4, a group under the aegis of Igbo National Council, INEC worldwide, has revealed that about 98 security checkpoints exist in the 5 states of the southeast region. It lamented what it described as incessant harassment and extortion of citizens and motorists by security personnel manning this checkpoint. Now, in a press statement issued by its national coordinator, Chilos, Govt said 37 checkpoints. Imo State has 23 checkpoints. Anambra and Enugu have 15 checkpoints each, while Ebonyi State has 8 checkpoints. They're saying the research was carried out by the Directorate of Human Rights Protection. The council wants to embark on the task following the series of reports from members of the public on the humiliations that they are encountering in the hands of security personnel on a daily basis. Do you think that 7 checkpoints is too much to have in one state? Another state has 8, another state has 15. With all of this, we still have incidences of, even if not robberies, petty robberies, armed robbery and all of that, unknown gunmen in the East.
They did not do their proper work.
You feel it's more than that or less than that?
There are more than 300 checkpoints in the southeast. Go and check Vanguard of 2022. There are more than 300 checkpoints in the southeast. So that 98 is a poor job that they did. When Ojukwu was alive, Ojukwu asked a very pertinent question. He said, why is it if you post a policeman to the north, he will bribe them to come back to the east, to the southeast? That was the question that Ojukwu asked. Why is it that when you post a policeman to the northern part of the country, he will bribe them to come back to the east? The reason is simple. That East is their cash cow. That is where that's where they extort people. That's where they make their money.
One can argue that in other states where there are checkpoints, legal or illegal, extortion still happens.
So they are not coming there to the southeast for protection of lives and properties, because few years beside those checking points, people are still being robbed, people are still being kidnapped, people are still being killed. Do you understand that? Few years beside their checkpoints, people are still being killed, people are still being kidnapped, people are still being robbed. So their interest is not to safeguard the people in the southeast, but to make money. So is that, and the reason is simple. Understand? An Igbo man is a busy man. As a journalist, I went to this task force office at Oshodi here. Understand me? They are not using jets. They drive vehicles, they drive motorcycles. Which roads are they passing? So the issue is that this illegal checkpoints is just a cash cow for them, and never for the interest of the people, and not that they are protecting the people, just for them making money. That's what you could say. When you transfer a soldier or a policeman to the north, he will bribe to go back to the east.
This is something that the federal government has to look into, to make sure that any checkpoints in any region of the country are all legal checkpoints, no matter how many or how few.
That's their responsibility. That is their responsibility, because they feel that Southeast is where they can make the most money in the country.
19 minutes before 5 p.m. You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent. I'm your host. You can call me the moderator as well. And sitting across from me, I have Mr. Peter Anoske, and he's our analyst for today. We have 2 more topics to discuss. At 5 p.m., the phone lines will be open so that we can get to hear from you as well. The PDP is accusing the President Tinubu-led administration of fueling its internal conflicts, saying, leave up. But this new chairman believes in sitting down and discussing things, and that's why they've not really called Wike, because there is no evidence of anti-party activities. Like, people have been calling for him to step down and undoing of the PDP, rather than saying, oh, one political party is trying to sabotage us.
The guy is even an enemy of the PDP himself. That guy that is saying that APC should leave them alone is an enemy. It's either he is ignorant or he is an enemy of PDP. One, that to start with, saying APC should leave you alone is stupidity. That is part of politics.
Please, I would need you to be polite and civil.
It is part of politics. PDP should also send their own people to go and infiltrate APC. Labour Party should send their own people to go and do the same thing in APC. All these are part of the game. Why I say that guy, whatever is his name, is either ignorant or an enemy of PDP is that the current chairman acting national chairman that he is supporting is also working against the interests of the party of a 2023 presidential election. What we are having at this point in time is not the true a reflection of what happened in 2023.
When you say it's not a full reflection, what do you mean?
This is not what people voted for.
All right, then. Let's look at this other issue still related to what we're talking about. Former APC chieftain Salihu Lukman has said those of them who backed Buhari and Tinubu never imagined there would be, in his words, such colossal failures. Now, this is someone who recently left the folds of the APC. Would you say that's the reason why he's been saying all of this? Because he's been really critical of this administration ever since he left the APC.
Well, for me, I am shocked beyond my imagination. That's with what is happening now. I had thought that Buhari would be the worst president in this country. I had thought that Buhari would be the worst president in this country. I had felt that judging by their background, that Tinubu will do better in the area of economy than Buhari.
You expected him to do better?
Judging by their background, Tinubu coming from the private sector, understand? And Buhari being a barrack boy. But that's why I said that I am shocked by what is happening at this point in time. Even though Tinubu and Buhari didn't really do anything for 8 years, I had expected Tinubu to do a reverse.
To hit the ground running like he said he would.
Forget about those phrases. Do reverse what Buhari did. Because that's the only way. If Buhari went north, Tinubu should have gone south. If Buhari went east, Tinubu should have gone west. That's the only way. Counter what he did. As Buhari was junketing all over the world, borrowing money, turning a whole vice president, a professor of law, into a money sharer. Oshibajo going from one market to the other, sharing 10,000 naira, a professor of law. I thought that this guy would have grown the economy, make Nigeria, instead of being an import or dependent, a producing country. This is what I had expected, but I'm utterly disappointed.
All right, then we have one more topic to go, and it's 10 minutes before 5 p.m. by my clock. You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. The voice you've been listening to belongs to Mr. Peter, and once again, he's our analyst for today. My name is Chioma Innocent, and I'm the moderator on this program. Like I said, at 5 p.m., the phone lines will be open. We're Voice of the People. We definitely want to hear from you. So, the final topic has to do with INEC. The Independent National Electoral Commission is saying that election losers are harassing staff of the commission on social media. Now, the INEC raised concern, saying there's been a growing number of social media attacks on its officials by individuals who were dissatisfied with election outcome. Now, the commission said the harassment of its staff is being fueled by fake news circulating on social media. Is saying fake news is the reason why people are attacking our staff. Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman, Rotimi Oyekomi, expressed the concerns during a press briefing on the upcoming Edo and Ondo State governorship elections in Abuja. He said some individuals who are unhappy with recent elections are intimidating INEC officials online. There is no gainsaying the fact that the many Nigerians are disgruntled with INEC following the outcome of the 2023 elections, but resorting to social media attacks. Of course, that's something that myself personally and VOP, we don't subscribe to. But what do you think is the reason for this, though? Well, is it enough reason to do that?
They should thank their God that it is just social media, that is not physical. INEC should thank their God that the harassment, intimidation is on the social media and not physical. Not for me, it should have been physical.
No.
I'm telling you, my friend.
No,
Peter Nosiki is talking.
I know.
I said,
you cannot call for violence on this show. You cannot call for violence.
Not for me, it should have been physical because these guys have done damage to this country.
These guys, that is your opinion.
I say, INEC members.
Me personally, I'm the host. I will not allow you to be calling for violence on this show.
I'm not calling for violence. I'm telling you from the depth of my heart that they should thank their God. They should go to church and give offering. That this thing's happening only on the social media.
Let me bring this home. You know that right now on these stations we have coppers who like this is their place of primary assignment, right? And sometimes when you have things like this, national events or like this, coppers are deployed. So if after the elections, right? Because personally, I knew people who went for election duty. So if you see anybody wearing INEC vest, you go and attack them because you don't like what came out of the elections. I say
INEC should attack their.
I heard what you are reiterating the same thing over and over again. I heard you.
But
I'm just saying you can't be calling for physical attack on members of INEC who were just doing what they were paid or what they were recruited to do. If anything, why not face the INEC chairman? I'm still not calling for physical violence.
I say INEC workers should thank their God that the harassment is on the social media.
Would you say the same thing if you had a family member or a friend who worked for INEC during the elections as an ad hoc staff? Or even if not as an ad hoc staff?
INEC put us in where we are at this point in time.
INEC is not one person. INEC is an institution, and the face is the INEC chairman.
That institution is what put us into this mess that we are in at this point in time.
As much as many Nigerians would agree with you, it's still not enough for you to call for physical violence on people who were told, oh, go to the polling unit and do your jobs.
You are misunderstanding me.
I'm not.
He is complaining that they were being harassed on the social media, isn't it?
Yes, that's the complaint.
I say he should go to church and thank his God that
it's not physical.
It is not physical.
That is understandable, but you did say that left for you. You said left for you, it would have been physical.
It ought to have been physical.
That's you calling for violence. Now you can't do that.
It is them that put us into this mess that we are in. Into this hole that there's no way of escaping it.
Was it the INEC member who came to the polling unit to make sure that the elections go well? Are they the reasons for the mess that we are currently in?
What we are
if you want to face anybody, why not face the resident electoral commissioners? Why not face the INEC chairman? Why not face the state electoral commissioners?
I'm calling INEC as an institution.
And that is why I asked the question. If you had a brother who is working for INEC, would you say the same thing? And you heard tomorrow that this person was physically attacked because they were wearing INEC uniform. Would you say the same thing?
I say I'm calling INEC as an institution. Understand me?
INEC, the institution is made up of people with blood running in their veins.
Those people, they should thank their God.
Well, personally, I'm glad it doesn't go beyond online bans. But even this online harassment, these social media attacks is personally, me as Chama Innocent, and of course VOP as a station, we cannot condone violence in any form, whether verbal, whether on social media, whether offline, whether physically or in whatever way. You may be disgruntled with INEC chairman, you may be disgruntled with the resident or the state electoral commissioners. That does not mean you would call for, people, when you see them, go and attack them.
I didn't say attack any. I didn't say go and attack
but if they were physically attacked, would you condemn it? If this was a case of, election losers attacked our staff, would you condemn it? Okay, people who are dissatisfied with election outcome harassed our staff, would you condemn it?
Excuse me. Has any election in this country since 1999 attracted as much court cases as this 2023? Has any? Check your data. Has any of the nation where you have more than 1,200 petitions, has it ever happened in the history of democracy?
That is
in Nigeria?
That is a rhetorical question.
So,
in all of this, I cannot advocate for anyone to be hurt for whatever reason.
I didn't say they should go and attack anybody. Understood?
But you said if they should be happy that it wasn't physical attack.
I didn't say that they should.
Because you said they ought to.
I didn't say that they should go and anybody should attack anybody.
But if they had been attacked, you wouldn't condemn it.
But I say that INEC should thank their God that it's only on the social media.
Well, I'm happy for every member of INEC that it's not physical attack.
The way I'm feeling, it should have gone beyond social media.
The way I'm feeling, it should not go beyond social media. No one deserves to be attacked or hurt because of if there is any. It's not even these people. It's not your ward electoral commissioners. It's not. It's the chairman. It's the state resident electoral commissioners. You saw what Yunus Sahari did.
Excuse me. That's one of the areas I'm not too comfortable with the social media because people hide under it and be saying a lot of stupid things. Understand me? If you are brave, come out and say it.
You know that social media attacks can escalate to offline stalking and people getting hurt and all of that. And that is something that no one really should be advocating for. Anyway, it's 1:05 p.m. We need to take a breather. I need to get off here and go and quarrel with Mr. Anoske properly. And when we return, we'll be on good terms again. And I'll be taking your calls. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. We give you a voice. My name is Chama Innocent. We'll be right back to continue the program. And when we return, it'll be time for me to take your phone calls. Stay tuned.
Find your brand, find your identity to the city's #1 super dial. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos. Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Light Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel.
Naira ground rent from property owner stage 5.
And foreign stories that made the headlines during the week.
President Putin accepts defeat. President Putin keeps on coming back for more.
All of the intrigues.
PSF confirmed interest flow in store in central government.
Tension.
The process through which people come into office is far more fundamental, more important than what they do now.
Suspense and political dramas.
This is a shining moment. I commend INEC.
The Higgy Haggers that took center stage just within the week.
You cannot criticize African countries for being undemocratic.
Join the conversation on The Recap every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. only on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Study the past if you want to define the future. Welcome to the best exclusive radio station, VOD 90.3, bringing you the best mix of the best music.
2 minutes past 5 p.m. Welcome back to the number one station that gives you a voice. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent, and it's time for us to hear from you. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of the conversation. On WhatsApp, you can send a message. It's 0817 175 6338 0817 175 6338 on WhatsApp. And of course, you can also leave your comment on YouTube. On our YouTube, yes, you can leave your comments on YouTube and we'll be taking that as well. Thank you so much to everyone watching on YouTube. I really, 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 really appreciate you. It's time to take your call. So who's going to be my first caller for today? 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. Call me up. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Are you there? Hello? Hello there, can you hear me? I've picked your call. Oh. Hello, can you hear me? All right then. What's your name and location, please? Are you there? You just might have to give me a call back. Please give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. Well, Voice of the People. I mean, if we don't hear from you, waiting we gain. Right? 0700 903 903 903. Call me up. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
What's your name and location, please? Please give me a call back, all right? I definitely want to hear from you. 0700 903 903 903. Call me up. I want to hear from you. I can see all your comments on YouTube. Do keep them coming. Thank you so much. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. What's your name and location, please? You sound really, really low. Oh dear, you just might have to give me a call back. You sound really, really, really low, unfortunately. Give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello there. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. I've picked your call. What's your name and location, please? I've picked your call now. What did they happen? All right, give me a call back. 0700 903 903 903. Should we take just messages today? No, let's take some calls. I want to hear from you. What Voice of the People? I mean, we need to hear your voice. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello there. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. What's your name and location, please? Welcome, Nemeka. How are you doing today? Let's hear from you in 1 minute, please.
All right, and a happy weekend to everybody. My greeting to Adolf.
He can hear you.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm me. As if he said, you don't take
to my question. Yeah, you see, as INEC are complaining about people abusing them in social media, as Mr. Nick said, they are even lucky. It's not physical. If you say physical, they could have seen the wrath of Nigerians. If you look at the situation we are in this country now, it's being caused by election malpractices that brought us where we are today. In this situation, look at what Nigerians are going through. Nigerians doesn't deserve such nonsense.
So you feel the best way to deal with electoral malpractice is to start beating up INEC officials?
They have to learn something.
That's after you beat them up, they will learn.
As much I didn't support beating up, I didn't support such a thing. But there's a situation such a thing can call. Nigerians will go angry, goes gaga. But I didn't support such a thing. But let me just tell you, let me just go to my anger. As I am here, I'm in UK, I'm okay. But I'm being furious about the country till tomorrow. Sometimes I put my shame. I'm even ashamed answering the Nigerian. I'm even ashamed. Listen, can you imagine? Look at your president just going to China, calling investors to come to Nigeria. Are they going to invest on heaven or on earth? Look at Nigeria. What Nigerians are going through: insecurity, bad decision, instability in political policy. The people are coming to invest in Nigeria. Nigerians are suffering. If you see the type of pressure I'm facing, as a help me, you will know that it's not easy. So the situation we are now, how can they increase fuel prices like this? Look at what people are going through because of bad policy. Look at the shenanigans going on in NPC every day. Here I am now. As I'm calling, I'm walking. I'm still calling you. As I'm calling you now. Sometimes I get angry. Choma, you see, if you see the agony of Nigerians, you won't believe it. Why I'm saying all these things, this is the situation and INEC put us because there's no honesty in the election. As I'm saying this thing, Mr. President, I don't know what to say again. But let me say it and let's say it. If this is continue, I don't see Nigerians who may come out from the streets and block the road everywhere and say enough is enough. And that's what Nigerians are deserve. And I'm even sorry that NLC have gone down. But let it be like that.
Thank you. Thank you for your call. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. What's your name and location? Please turn down the volume on your radio set. Please turn down the volume on your radio set. All right, give me a call back. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Please turn down the volume on your radio set and give me a call back. Should we take messages? Let's take a few calls first. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
Hello?
Hi, I can hear you. What's your name and location, please?
Hello?
Give me a call back, all right? You seem not to hear me. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name and location today, please?
I'm Sonny by name. I'm calling from Casablanca.
Welcome, Sonny. Let's hear from you in a minute or two.
Thank you. I want to comment on the issue of INEC who are saying that they are abusing them on social media. You see, the problem of Nigeria is that I know you countered Mr. Anosike. My greetings to him, a honorable man, by the way. So you countered him by saying that no, he shouldn't have said that way and all that. You know the problem, and we try to make him know that we should blame Yakubu and those state residential, those state commissioners and the commissioners, which are wrong. You know, if those low-level INEC ad hoc committee members or workers, those coppers, as you said, are honest to themselves, most of them, in fact, if there are 1 million of them who participated in that election, if they are honest, they want really for Nigeria to progress, all of them could be in court to testify by their own mouth what they have went through and what happened, how they conducted the election to counter Yakubu's results. But everybody laid low because of what they will eat or the little particle that have been given to them at that moment, thinking that it's sufficient, it will take them a long way. So the problem of Nigeria is that everybody is thinking what I will eat next, what will come to me now, what can I get now? Let me drive that car.
Oh dear, give me a call back, 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. What's your name and location, please? I can't hear you at all. Give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Choma.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Good evening.
Yes. What's your name and location, please?
Okay, my name is Joval Choma.
Welcome, Joval. Let's hear from you in a minute or two.
You abandoned us last week.
I did not abandon you. I went on an assignment, but you're welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
We thank Mr. Anosike for a job well done. If I understand him very well, I think when he's saying that they should thank God that INEC, maybe the embarrassment or harassment is only on social media. Simply is that we thank God for them that is only on social media. They are not harassed physically. I don't pray they are harassed physically anyway, but Choma, you can never excuse INEC from what you are going through today.
I'm definitely not
Take your
trying to
mind back to
excuse
that
INEC.
election. Take your mind back to that election day, Choma. Mr. Mahmoud Yakubu, a lot of issues were brought to him. And he made a comment. He said that he was going to look at everything after the collation of results. He will look at all the complaints brought in by different parties on that day. So we are waiting for him to look at those things. In the middle of the night, he declared the election. He never looked at those things till today. That is why litigations, court cases started popping out. So that's why people will blame INEC. I personally will blame them. I am not saying that even if you declare whoever the president that will have to be president, I'm not saying that they should not have, but I am saying that if you promise people something, you should be accountable to it. You are supposed to be independent National Electoral Commission. At that point in time, the fate of this country is in the hands of Mahmoud Yakubu and his cohorts. So he didn't do what he's supposed to do. So are you saying that people will, after the election, Choma, so many persons said they will never vote again, especially the youths that never voted and those who don't believe that votes will count in Nigeria, that decided to come and vote because they saw that at least the election was looking different. Promises of whatever the machine they were going to use, that once you vote, your vote will count, all of those things. How do you convince those people to come and vote again, Choma? So it is terrible. INEC should be held responsible for whatever Nigeria is going through today. They are the cause. They can never be excused from it. Then talking about what is it called, Ngelale or so. That excuse is not tenable at all. It's not tenable. Tell us the truth. Why are you living? Tell us the truth, so that Nigerians will trust you. If what you're seeing there is no longer what you bargained for, say it. You don't have to be using propaganda as well as you're living, and we expect you to work there till you die. No. So that is my position about these things.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your call. 0700 903 903 903 0700 9. Call back. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello, are you there? Oh dear, lost that one. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, what's your name and location, please? Great to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I called you. I don't know. Maybe I made a wrong comment or something. It hung me up.
No. I definitely did not hang you up. The call just went off on its own.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me land. Just
yes,
a moment,
please. 1 minute. 1 minute so we can hear from others.
The issue of INEC, we have to blame them. Number one, they are the major reason of our problem today in Nigeria. They were dishonest. They were so dishonest. Let's admit that. And in a normal country, Mahmoud Yakubu should have faced at least up to 1 million or 2 million different lawsuits. There will be group case. There will be different people who are suing Yakubu. Yakubu will defend cases until the day he goes down to his grave. But we are in a country where there's no accountability. Yakubu is still overseeing over elections. Why? How do we explain that? How can Yakubu oversee over election and you ask me to go and vote? How do I vote? Look at what happened. Look at the shenanigan that happened in Imo State recently. Look at it. The evidence was there that he never won. But the same Supreme Court, the same group of people who put him in from fourth position to be the governor, also validated it. So at the end of the day, the more we talk, the more it gets worse. The more Nigerians become more dorsey, the more we have a lot of Nigerians who are busy playing tribal politics.
You hold there. You can hear the feedback. If you don't turn off your radio or turn down the volume, we cannot have a seamless conversation devoid of all of this wahala. Please, Biko Ejo. Thank you. Welcome to Recap. Good evening. Hi. How are you?
Hello.
Monday, I hear you. Good evening. You can hear me, okay? Welcome to the Recap. Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Good evening, John. My innocent.
So where you call my full government name? I can hear you. Good evening. What's your name and location?
This is Renaldo calling from Spain.
Oh, welcome to the program.
So, Mr. Nasik, good evening, sir.
He can hear you.
Okay. Well, first of all, I must say congratulations. I'm happy for Ajuri Ngelale. It is how things are done. When you don't let somebody do what is called for, you just resign for that respect to be remain. But I believe when we put the country right, we remember somebody like him. Well, on this thing and the INEC, I'm surprised if Nigeria is a country, this Mahmoud shouldn't have been there by now. everybody will just protest, even the journalists. They protest that Mahmoud need to be there. So I don't know. Look at this person still conduct election.
Removing him will he change the result of the 2023 elections?
That is this thing. They also remove him so that another person will learn.
You remember, he's the president that will also still appoint the next INEC chairman. So what does that change?
The thing will go through the house now. Is right. If the right did not do, the house did not do the needful. We are the one that invite and vote at least everybody. If in a country like that, I don't know. Here I am. This how do we do it here? The house will go through the house. We just need when the president will just send somebody, just say agree and sign it, and no, we don't do that. So there's some little argument, but which I appreciate Mr. Nosike. He said, if I can remember, he said they attacked them on social media and said they should thank God, their God, that is not physical, that is not to call for violence. They should thank their God. Because in a country with what happened, even Obi will not accept that. And Nigeria got they will fire Nigeria by this time. But he said they should thank their God. Obi said, let this man continue. As he said he won, let it continue. You see, that is how I this thing. He said they should thank their God. That is not calling for physical. Calling for problem.
All right.
This thing, this petroleum, all these things, unless Nigeria wake up, even everybody should rise up and say no, enough is enough. We can't control this. Even the journalists, they should say no. But I was just they are not to be blamed. Look at the kind of people. When he said like example, look at Heineken. Look at the kind of name, Heineken. Then you look at what is happening in Nigeria. Look at the one of education minister that said 18 years of this thing. They calling him Adamo. You know Nigeria those days, when somebody call Adamo, you don't want to just like get man.
Please, don't name shame. Don't name shame anybody.
So all these things, apart all these things, that I don't blame. I don't need to blame. If they want to get the country right, Nigeria are to team up. Work with some journalists will just say if they hold me, that is why they are just playing to satisfy the government. They hold me, nobody will come for me. Nigeria need to come together and say if they hold the people that are protesting, as still in the custody of this thing, they should vote for and go after this. I said no, they should leave this. That is how they do it here. You don't just arrest somebody and just keep him for more than 24 hours here. People just go and they make sure that police they just scatter everywhere. But Nigeria, they hold somebody, the person will just bear his cross. Then they want the country to remain. My dear sister, I greet Mr.
Thank you, Zerinadi. He can hear you. He can hear you.
Bye.
Thank you so much for your call. 0700 903 903 903. If you're having difficulty reaching me via the direct phone lines, what you can do is call me on WhatsApp, okay? You can call me up on WhatsApp and I will take your call. 0700 903 903 903. Please turn down or turn off your radio set before you call me. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello.
What's your name and location, please?
Hello?
Hi, I can hear you. What's your name and location, please?
Hello.
All right, you just might have to give me a call back. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Please turn down or turn off your radio set, please. I can hear myself.
Ma?
I can hear myself in the background. Turn off your radio set,
Okay,
please. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, this is so much better. Thank you for your cooperation. Hi, good evening. What's your name and location? It's Mr. Peter Anosike here.
Okay, sorry. Good evening, sir.
He can hear
I want to talk about the security men in the east.
All right, go ahead.
You see, the last time we have protests in this country, I see enough soldiers everywhere, and I'm surprised why the Boko Haram is in the north killing people. So we have this kind of soldiers, and they cannot fight the ordinary Boko Haram that does not even train.
Ordinary? Those are terrorists with high-powered weapons and machinery.
No, but they are not trained now. But this army, they are well trained. I see a lot of soldiers, army, everybody. I was even surprised. So we have this kind of soldiers in this country, and all these things are happening. They cannot go and fight them, and all of them are in the east doing nothing. It's not good. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your call. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of this conversation. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, and we definitely want to hear from you. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hi there. What's your name and location, please?
Hello.
Hi. What's your name and location?
Hello. My name is Osumo. Yeah.
Okay, welcome to the conversation. 1 minute.
Yes, I'm calling from Ojo.
Welcome, Osumo from Ojo. Let's hear from you.
I just want to say that this Ajuri Ngelale is a very decent Nigeria. And for him to resign on that job, he should tell the Nigerians the truth about it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. That's all you have to say. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Good evening, Chama. How are you this evening?
I'm great. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Mayor. Well, good evening to Mr. Anosika.
He can hear you. Welcome, Mayor. Where are you calling me from?
I'm calling from First Tag.
All right, good. Let's hear from you.
First and foremost, I may not blame you much because you are doing your job, but defending INEC is the most difficult
that's
task.
Not defense.
Anybody.
All I said was don't call for violence.
Now let me tell you, we are in this deep shit because of.
You can't say that on radio. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I have to let you go. Please be conscious of the words you use on radio. Please be conscious of the words you use on radio. I mean, if I can be critical of my analysts, right? 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. Call me up. I definitely want to hear from you. We have quite a number of messages on YouTube, comments on YouTube, and quite a number of messages on WhatsApp. We just might go on to taking that. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna do. I will take about 2 to 3 more calls. After this call, we'll take 2 more calls, and that will be all the calls we can take today. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Are you there? I've picked your call. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. You don't seem to realize that I've picked your call. All right, give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. Our Voice of the People. If we don't hear your voice, waiting we gain. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello. Good morning from here.
Hi.
This is Tony from Chicago.
Welcome.
Yeah. Analyst, good morning from here.
He can hear you. It's good evening from here.
Yeah, please, what I want to just say, just like my brother Anosike, please, you can calm down a little bit. That country is turning to a different thing, common protest that are not turning to be, what's it called, how do they put it? Say that they're committing, what's the
treason.
Treason, yes. So please, my brother, we love you. Please, just calm down. Calm down a little bit. Tune down your voice. I beg. I take God beg you, please. We love you. Your family loves you. We love you too. Please. That's what I'm saying. The Nigerian system, I don't know what to describe it. I know your situation. I know how you want to put it. Nobody is happy. Nobody is happy. But when you say talk is cheap, but one thing is there, will not be escape from the allegation that are alleged on you. Please, my bro. That's what I want to advise you. Thank you, my bro.
Okay, thank you. That's all Kenny from Chicago has to say. Now, wow, this kind of love. Nobody's telling me, Chama, be careful. Nobody. No wahala now. No love me. Next Saturday, you will not see me here. No problem. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello, are you there? I've picked your call. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. All right. Unfortunately, from what I can deduce, your network is not stable. Just try to give me a call back. Okay, we'll extend it and take 2 more calls, and that will be all the calls we can take for today. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name and location, please? What
is calling from Ajuri, Ghana.
What's your name?
Oshodi calling from Ajuri, Ghana.
Your name is Oshodi.
Yeah, Oshodi, yeah.
Welcome. Let's hear from you quickly. Oshodi, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please.
Oshodi, George.
Be fast with it.
Not that.
Oshodi, are you there?
Thank God that it only ends that place because people are not happy. Not that he's trying to tell you people that they should go and fight INEC. Because what is really happening is too bad. It's too bad. Look at the whole petition. Just one country. Other countries, even opponents, they will come and congratulate you for winning them. Because it is plain. It is well known. But here they are just doing, they will tell you go to court, do anything. What type of country is that? Okay, imagine NMPCL now. Is it a private or a public? If it is a private, why will the presidency be appointing somebody there? We have a lot to face in that country. So when Mr. Anosike is saying that, he is right. Not that he's trying to say they should go and fight INEC. But what is happening is very wrong in that country. The president is saying that China should go and should come and fight fraud for us. Instead of exposing our details to China for them to come and fight fraud for us, it's better for them to beg China to come and conduct election for us. Thank you very much, ma.
Thank you for your call, Oshodi. One more call and we'll call it a day on the calls on the program today. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. What's your name and location? Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Monday, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Unfortunately, Monday, it seems you cannot hear me. A lot of y'all seem to be having unstable network today. Don't know the reason for that, but we can only take one more call before we call it a day right here on the program. So who's the lucky person? Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Yeah. Shoma, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. What's your name and location?
No, I know you can hear me, but I can't hear you from this
Okay,
side.
go ahead.
What I want to say is that, we the Nigerian people who know what we are going through. Choma, can you, if I'm mistaken, the money they spend on INEC for them to run the election, about 4 million, 400 and something million dollars. If I think about 400 and something, you understand? So what I'm saying is that the suffering in this country, is unbearable. So when your analyst is giving his own opinion, he knows it's not as if he's supporting violence. Because what we are facing in this country, I believe yourself, the journalists, everybody are aware. In the military aspect of in the southeast, see, men.
Unfortunately, I think your network got the better of the both of us, actually. But thank you for your submission. Thank you so much. All right. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for holding on. Thank you. Are you there? What's your name and location, please? Thank you for holding on.
My name is Jonathan. I'm coming from London.
Welcome, Jonathan. Let's hear from you in a few minutes.
Like Mr. Anasikida. Regarding this NMPC and Dangote refinery, we want to bring the analogy of NITEL and MTN and Econet. Is it 2000 or 2001? NMPCL knows that if Dangote refinery come to full stream, those refineries will die natural deaths. That's my thinking. And this is why these ladies and Dangote that. And Nigeria will know the true consumption of PMS, and a lot of secrets will keep on revealing. That's why they want to hold on to the kind of sole buyer of PMS. That's why this complain, this fuel crisis will still linger on, because immediately they lift that monopoly of NNPC, there will be a lot of secrets, and Nigeria will be free from that shackle of this PMS problem for a very long time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Always a pleasure hearing from each and every one of you. A Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. We give you a voice. It's time for me to take your comments on YouTube and your messages on our WhatsApp platform. We're beginning from YouTube. First of all, before I go ahead, I want to say thank you so much to everyone who's watching us on YouTube from all around the world. You are highly, highly, highly appreciated. Okay, Christy Okonkwo at the beginning said, start please. Maximilian Okafor said, Shema Innocent, you're welcome. Thank you, Maximilian. Kene Ezike said, Ngelale is tired, 8 years of Buhari, but 1 year of Tinubu broke him. Ann says he spark his own money and go with his big English. Chidi Chimara said Ajuri has been renewed out of the government. Maduagun Kema Kolam says it's very unfortunate that we have a government that's worse than Buhari's government. Is a sign of leadership failure. Emeka Nweke says, but Bola Ahmed Tinubu said that he will continue with the policies of who is late as how now? Of Muhammad Buhari. Emeka Nweke says nobody should expect anything from this administration. Emeka Adekunle says the president said he is a reformer. Pastor Livinus Emeka Njoku Michael said this is a country where we don't face the truth. Estic Media says Oshe Para. Okay, Lawrence Ugo said please Chema stop it. Emmanuel Adekunle said Chema take it easy with Mr. Anosike LOL. Emeka Nweke says, Chema Innocent, stop asking him about that. He's not calling for violence. Stick Media says it should not go beyond social media. Mr. Emeka Nweke said, Mr. Anosike did not incite any violence. Adewumi Adeloye says, please do the right thing, even in your small corner. See the effect. Emeka Nweke says, Chema Innocent, you're the one that's exaggerating the statement of Mazi Anosike. Favor Uba says, Chema, please keep quiet. You are making money. That's why you don't know what Nigeria is passing through. I think this is the general sentiment. A lot of you think that because we come on here and we apply powder on our faces and lip gloss or lipstick and then we come on air to talk, that the issues people are facing, everyone in Nigeria is facing, is not touching us. I don't buy fuel for a different price because I talk on air, right? I do not enter public or private transportation for a different price because I talk on air. So this is a very, very wrong assertion. I know very, very well, maybe even more than a lot of you, what Nigeria is passing through. You're online, you bought data, you're online. Do you know how many people out there who can buy data? Emeka Nweke says, Mr. Noske said they should thank their God it doesn't result to physical, hence is a mere wish or assumption. Lebcon says Ajuri just has to run, the early the better, because he has seen terror ahead. Stick Media says please don't ask her to keep quiet. If NBC shuts down the station or DSS comes to secretly carry her, you will save her in the unknown location you are responding from. Abi, please let her do her job. Prisoner of the truth, right? State capture, may God deliver this nation. So you have audio issue. Okay. Thank you. Stick Media, why should the DSS arrest her or him? Explain it. Maduagu says a man told you people he will start from where Buhari stopped. He's doing exactly that. And people are complaining. He's fulfilling his electoral promises. Stick Media says Nigeria, we hail thee. Ogubush all. Go and watch Sakindaria's comedy show some years back. You'll be sorry for Nigerians. Emeka Nweke says Bola Ahmed Tinubu is ruling Nigeria with the best of his ability. Christopher Gabriel says this woman should be removed from this station. She's unprofessional. My heart bleeds for Nigeria. Oh, so cute. Christopher Gabriel. Anakonwa Nosike says there was a country. Emeka Nweke says okay, Ogubush. So you are still having sympathy on Nigerians. Ogubush all says, where is Mr. Okoye and his real-time transmission of results? He was shouting at every given opportunity before the 2023 elections. And why they changed the goalpost at the middle of the night? Mekan Wike says the Nigerian government should release Nnamdi Kanu from illegal detention. OCTEC Global says Nigeria government has shown it is incapable of handling the problem of Nigeria. It is a PC. Cordelia AB says, Choma, calm down, no, please. Mekan Wike says, Choma, I love you for sure. Your comment here does not depict that too. So don't even come and try to flatter me or whatever. Ola Diwali says, are Nigerians facing Ijoba Gbajue, Mr. Anosike. Michael Ogbu says, Ajuri will sign a breath of relief. He is easy to be spokesperson for this government. Johnson Wabugo Ibe says he resigned because he can no longer defend the lies and destroy his career in the future. Emmanuel Adekunle says, Ajuri, LOL. Heavenly Humor says, Chima, how is Kayla Abraham, my crush? Rita for me. She will not hear because we are discussing serious matters here. You are crushing on somebody. This Nigeria matter, I know they touch you. Where you still they crush? All right, we head on over to WhatsApp to take your messages. On WhatsApp, people are just dragging me. Even on YouTube, they're just dragging me here and there, left and right. No kind insult when I never insult me today. What I do? Anyway, no wahala. It's my job and I'll do it to the best of my ability. Good morning, citizens. I said, okay, no. Nigeria is a country captured by evil politicians. DSS come after anybody that speak the truth. No wahala. Them go arrest, tire. You know, tell us your name and your location. Good evening, Sister Chioma and Oga Anosike. My name is Chinedu from Alaba International Market. People of Edo and Ondo should learn from the off-cycle elections and 2023. If INEC chairman and his officials should tell them that there's technical glitches, or tell people that order is from above, let them not come out and deceive people or face the wrath of the people. When we are tired, both journalists and your guests, we know the right thing to do. Chama, if you cannot allow people to say their mind, please end the program. How long do we continue to be in bondage? Chama, why didn't you caution MC Oluomo and others during 2023 presidential election? Please allow Anosike to breathe. Ima for me, Dimo. Imanoves, thank you. Yakubu Mamu, the day my dog will set eye on him, I'm not sure he's Reverend Father Odiegu. Imagine, no. I don't like this one. No, INEC has not explained to us till date why the result was announced by that hour of the day. Even the law court could not. INEC could not. Okay, even the law court could not. INEC chair. I guess could not call the INEC chairman and question him. Good evening, Chairman, Mr. Anosike. I want to comment on the statement by INEC and their claim of attacks on the social media. Mahmoud Yakubu, Festus Okoye, and all the INEC staff that collaborated to put us where we are need to be taught the lesson of their lives. Anigbo Ade says, if you bite me on the head without minding the hair, okay, I can't read the other parts. In as much as I am not proposing violence, but let Mahmoud Yakubu come out and have a taste of the food they cook for us. Mayor in Festac. Are you sure you're not proposing violence? Okay, good evening, Chairman, Honorable Anosike. You have a new name. How can Tinubu go to China to campaign for investors to come and invest, which is an indication that Tinubu and his cohorts have failed? Because viable economic policies attract investors. You can see how people are openly butchered in Sokoto after digging their own grave and they use phone to post it. They can't track them. But if it happened in the southeast, they will stage full war. Okenwa from Ajegule. Okay, I believe this is from Ola Diwale. Is it true, Ms. Chairman, that once you join the APC, your sins shall be forgiven and forgotten? Who did all this scatter to our Obodo Nigeria? Or did we mess the country up ourselves? Is Nigeria captured? But by who exactly? Or are we on that Gbajue extraordinary? Are there stingrays in and outside Nigeria that are not letting things work for the country, even draining our oil? Where are the truth sayers of Nigeria who would defy the traditional Omowani and tell those lavishing even borrowed money like drunken sailors to take a hike? Questions. KC from Shomolu says, my question go to that man. Please help me ask him. Which man? If he has the power to go back in time, which president will he prefer? To me, our problem are those people who are outside the country and are professors. How? Believe me, if Jesus come this country with our mindset, he will have issues. Let me give you a step. Yar'Adua time better than Jonathan time. Jonathan time better than Buhari time to where we are today. Let's start to use our brain and face the reality. Good evening, VOP. Greetings to Mr. Anosike. As much as I don't support violence, it is said that a hungry man is an angry man. Gone are the days that we keep our mouth shut because of the fear of being attacked. Nigerians are very hungry. Political thugs and INEC has kept Nigerians in abject poverty because of corruption. They are indeed very lucky that is only social media. Imagine seeing the enemy that caused your problems. Will you not attack them? I hope they and their cohorts will eat the bribe they collected for the next 4 years. Blessing from Ejigbo. Good evening, Sister Chioma and Mr. Peter Anosike. Chioma, the problem of Nigeria today is INEC. This is the first time in the country that people came out to vote in mass. I know of people who have not voted in their lives. They came and chose whom they want, but INEC did something else. They targeted a glitch in presidential election, but in governorship, there was no glitch. How bewitched is this country? Mahmoud Yakubu is working freely today. I want to assure Nigerians to keep calm from now. The president has, may God help the suffering Nigerians. Let them release Nnamdi Kanu. Prince Ayo from Arena Market. I don't know why Ajuri Ngelale has vowed to continue to lie by not telling Nigerians the real truth why he resigned from Tinubu's government. INEC chairman is still defending the mago that they did in 2023 general election. If INEC wants to know whether more Nigerians, they should randomly select just 100 Nigerians and go find out from them. I'm sure that all the INEC officials will go to their homes and cry. Chinemere from Agbara. Good evening, it's Adeyemi Kamaru from Satellite Town, Lagos. We Nigerians are some of the most entitled people on earth. We hardly pay taxes. Like Germany have a tax to GDP ratio of 39%, while Nigeria has a tax to GDP ratio of less than 10%. Protests and riots cannot change these economic realities. They will be just like a child tantrum when his parents cannot afford to buy him a toy. That's Adeyemi Kamaru from Satellite Town. Moving forward, we have Good Evening House. The checking point from Aba to Oyigbo in Port Harcourt is up to 30. Good evening, Madam Choma, Mr. Peter Anoske. Sergeant Monday Ifeanyi Chukwu is my name, from Baruwa, Ikpaja, Lagos State, Nigeria. Mr. Anoske, God Almighty bless you for saying things the way it is. My question to you, sir, if President Bola Tinubu said he's not the one that increased the pump price of petrol, then who did? Do you want to answer that? Or do we move forward? Okay. My sister Chioma, the INEC man is complaining of social media attack on their personnel. Remind me of what the millipede says. Millipede says he's trampled. Milipu said that he was trampled upon. He's not complaining. It's the person that crushed him that is loud with his complaint. Like Mr. Anoske rightly said, Nigerians are so lenient, so merciful to Mahmoud Yakub and all his INEC staff who put us in the position we are. They should go to Thanksgiving that the so-called attack is virtual on social media, not physical. And they should desist from further provoking Nigerians into anger. Pascal from Ikeja. Good evening, Chioma. Ajuri Ngelale does not want to miss heaven. That's why he resigned. John from Ijaniki. UC from Jegun says, good evening, VOP. Choma, I don't understand why you are forcing words on Mr. Anoske's mouth. INEC should really thank their God that the attack is on social media. INEC as a body did evil. I hope they are buying fuel and foodstuffs cheaper now. Good evening. You are misunderstanding Mr. Anoske. He's not calling for any attack on INEC. You are the one misleading us now because you are enjoying the present government, Abi, and you want to attack Mr. Anoske from the break, Abi. INEC has failed us. That is the simple truth. Don't accuse me of waiting. No. That was Kenechku from Festac. Then they accuse me of waiting. I don't know. Okay. This your guest, Peter Anoske, lacks in-depth analytical prowess. Very unexciting show. He's not passing any message. Fee is in a quarter. Fee. I'm sorry about that. This is a dissenting voice. Of course, we do not expect everyone to have the same opinion, and that's why we tolerate different opinions. Okay, Chama, are you aware Mr. Anoske was given a new name last week by his namesake Osifo and his friend Kamaru? It goes Peter Oyindamola Anosike. He was given a plot of land for free, also in Abaranji and Satellite Waterside. More wins, sir. NNPCL is the highest enemy of Nigeria. You can't build or fix your refineries. Now, a single individual has built one. You turn back to fixed price for already suffocating citizens. Is it not wickedness? I think the government should be careful henceforth and focus on their turnaround maintenance of corruption because people are truly tired of their misrule. Chika Bende from Trade Fair in Lagos. And honestly, that's all the messages we can't take today. Oh my goodness, more are still coming in. Okay. Okay. Chisco says, good evening, Chama and Mr. Anoske and Chama. And NPCL should sell crude oil to Dangote in Naira. Okay, undermining the exchange rate, and Dangote should reciprocate the sales of fuel directly to the masses in the same pattern he bought oil without any interference. Meanwhile, the government can further subsidize fuel below the actual price sold to Dangote as is obtainable in the health, education and other sectors of the economy abroad. That's the approach to making the local and foreign investors to thrive in any society with high GDP. Chisco from Ijegun, Ijagemo, Jagajaga Road. Thank you, Chisco, for pointing me to this. I just know this is Dayo from Fagba, and he has attached the warning. Choma, read my message in full. Good evening, Mr. Anoske, my journalist of the year. And Choma, read my message in full, though. Don't edit it. NLC led by Joe Ajuru has failed. From day one, this government removed subsidy. When they increased electricity tariff to buying of yacht, jet, Escalade, SUV, 160 million naira cars for senators, 21 billion naira for renovation of the VP lounge, and the obnoxious policies that has turned people to beggars and Ajuri in the midst of plenty. Now they've been compromised with 70,000 naira. Remember, they all said on his mandate they shall stand. Considering the nightmare Nigerians are facing by this lack of capacity and visionless and low-grade mind government that has turned the economy to a disaster and a secured country to a gangster paradise, it is a shame the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Truly, there was a country. Dayo from Fagba, I have read your message in full. Good evening is okay. Is Adeyemi Kamaru from Satellite Town, Lagos. Is injustice for anybody to blame Tinubu administration for the current economic hardship, because there is no other alternative than the removal of fuel subsidy. After all, Nigeria cannot even afford to pay the subsidy. Economists who have studied monetary policy in the last 8 years, we know that Nigeria will fall into this difficult situation. We are living on a fake lifestyle with huge debt from foreign and domestic debt, over 30 trillion, which resulted in debt service surpassing 100%. The last 8 years, central bank continued to print more money. The naira continued to depreciate. No country will survive in that economic policy. Tinubu will come to rescue Nigeria, but it's not going to be easy. If you cannot support him, just wish him the best as a good citizen of Nigeria. Adeyemi Kamaru from Satellite Town. Mr. Anos came, your days be long. You are the Fela Kuti of our time. More wisdom and protection. But Mr. Anos doesn't sing now. Mr. Anos, can you sing? He said you are the Fela Kuti of our time. Do you like such an analogy?
Go on.
Okay, who is this Adeyemi Kamaru? Why are you asking? Choma. How many times do I call you? Allow us to cry our cry. Reverend Father Odiegu from Ajegunle. Oh yeah, cry. If you want, say, I will even play you crying music so that you can cry very well, because you said allow us to cry our cry. You think I'm not crying too? You think the situation of the country is not affecting me too? You really think so? Anyway, Anthony Okoba on YouTube says, Ajuri, please go for Thanksgiving in church or mosque. All right, that's the size of our package this evening. Dayo, are you still sending messages? You asked me to read your message in full, and I did. All right, we really have to go. This person says, Choma, you journalists are really trying, because they've turned you guys to mutes that can't express your pain, regulating the media. That's Adeyemi. Help me tell and say make they wear mask waka because of what? Stitches. If you don't even know this person, if it not don't go and perpetrate physical violence in anybody. Don't do it. Don't go and attack somebody because you don't have the same opinion. If na quarrel, make una use mouth quarrel. Don't attack somebody. Don't even perpetrate physical violence. The same way you wouldn't want someone to perpetrate physical violence on you because of your opinion, don't do it to anyone else. Anyway, that's the size of our package today. Mr. Peter Anoske would like to get your concluding thoughts on everything we've discussed today before we go. Yeah.
Well, the issue is this: we are in a system that is deceptive. Nigeria has never had it this bad before, but with a determination, we must overcome.
And that is all you have to say. Well, what I have to say is this. In all of this, I'm a Nigerian, right? And I would say I feel your pains. And this is not even me talking like government people who will come out and say our country is full of food. Everything you are facing as a Nigerian, I'm facing it, and probably even worse, because I'm the one whose face is out there on the media. Now, do you know, right, that as journalists right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM, we get threats in our DMs on social media most of the time. We get threats. As things like this, I'm going to come out and tell you all that not once, not twice have I been stalked. I've had people follow me from place to place for whatever reason, and I've had to hide my head. Why? Because I'm doing my job. And then when I come on air and we try to say, okay, because this is the traditional media, we talk about people verbally attacking INEC officials on social media. We're saying that's not good. Many of you are saying, no, as much as you're not calling for physical violence, the INEC should suffer for one thing or the other. Whatever it is you wouldn't want to be done to you, you totally should not do it to somebody else. If you wouldn't want to be physically attacked for your views because you have differing opinions from someone else, then you totally should not do that. Personally, myself, Chema Innocent, and Voice of the People 90.3 FM, the very last thing we'll do is advocate violence, physical, verbal, in whatever form, for whatever reason. Thank you. for listening to my TED Talk. Now to the federal government. Una hands no clean, because all of these economic policies that have put Nigerians in the quagmire we find ourselves right now, all the people are asking for is a reprieve, no matter how little. When you wake up in the morning these days, you log onto social media, you go on Twitter, all you see is bad news. Death here, increase in one thing or the other here and there. You want to increase VAT to 10%. Petrol is already on the high side. Foodstuff is too expensive for a lot of people. The Lagos state government is doing Onje Eco. But how many people can this feed? All of these policies, they're like when you're using your hand to you can't use your hand to block a flood that's ravaging a whole community. If the people keep saying we are not happy, we're not happy, we're not happy, why not look into that instead of trying to, as many people have said, silence people? I will come here and I will do my job as a professional. And when I go out there, I will still have to watch my back. Don't physically attack anybody. Federal government, please, President Bola Tinubu and governors of the 36 states and the local government chairman and the LCDA chairman, do the job, and the House of Reps members, all of you do the job that you were elected for, and the people will not have to lament over and over and over again. I'm sure Nigerians are not happy to come on radio or on TV every day and be saying the same thing over and over again. Please do the job that you were elected for. It really can be that difficult. Nigeria is blessed with so much resources. There is no reason why people should wake up in the morning and not have food to eat. Please. Thank you. My name is Chema Innocent. We'll do this again on Saturday. You can find Mr. Peter Anosike on Instagram at Peter Anosike77, and Voice of People 90.3 FM is on all social media platforms at VOP 903 FM. The world news at 6 comes up shortly. Thank you.